Good morning, class. This is teacher Yavanna, and today I am going to read the story Papagayo, the Mischief Maker by Gerald McDermott. It's a fun book. I hope you enjoy it. Here's the moon. Papagayo, the Mischief Maker. For Jane, Jack, and Alice, and for all of you who are listening. Papagayo woke with the sun. He ruffled his bright feathers and opened wide his yellow beak and greeted the morning with a raucous "Caw-caw-caw-caw-caw." The night creatures were fast asleep, but Papagayo was awake and he made mischief. Sometimes he would steal fruit from the spider monkey. Sometimes he would surprise the butterflies and send them fluttering in every direction. And sometimes he would fly high up in the sky, clutching a big nut, and then drop it with a loud crack on the armadillo's shell. Whatever Papagayo was up to, he always made a lot of noise. This disturbed the sleep of the night creatures. They would wake up and say, "Please be quiet, Papagayo." The parrot would not stop squawking, and then they would complain, "Oh, not so loud, Papagayo." But the parrot still wouldn't stop. Finally, the night creatures would get angry and scream, "Shut your beak!" At night, while Papagayo slept, the night creatures would venture forth in the moonlight. They would gaze at the white sugar moon and croon quiet songs all night long. As dawn approached, they would settle down to sleep through the hot jungle day. No sooner had the night creatures closed their eyes than Papagayo was up looking for fresh fruit and fresh mischief. One morning, Papagayo was especially loud. The sleepy-eyed sloth had a talk with the bird. "Papagayo," said the sloth, "you make entirely too much noise. You disturb the peaceful sleep of the night creatures." "Quack, sleepyheads! Why don't you laugh and play all day as I do?" asked the parrot. "The day is too bright and too full of sound. It makes us afraid, so we hide from the sunlight and the noise. But at night we can creep out beneath the moonbeams and sing gentle songs. We sing softly because we are afraid to disturb the quiet of the night." "Afraid? Afraid?" clucked Papagayo. "How can you ever be happy if you're always afraid?" "Ridiculous!" Papagayo ruffled his feathers, twirled around the branch, and flew away over the treetops. When darkness fell, the creatures of the night gathered as usual to gaze lovingly at the moon. They looked up with watchful eyes and made soft moon music. Many miles away, in the heart of the rainforest, something stirred beneath the stones of the great ruined city. It was the ghost of an ancient monster dog awakening from a deep sleep. He was a moon-eater, and when he woke up, he was very, very hungry. He saw the moon, round, sweet, and delicious, hanging in the sky, and he licked his lips. The bony moondog slipped from the ruins and floated up into the sky. He lopped along the pathway of the stars toward the moon. All the night creatures gasped when they saw the fierce moondog pounce on the moon. They watched in terrified silence as he began to nibble at it. Then the moondog took a big bite out of the moon, scurried across the starry fields of the sky, and disappeared within the crumbling walls of the great ruined city. The next night, the creatures of the rainforest gathered under the stars. Trembling, they looked up at the bite-sized shape that was missing from the moon. "Perhaps the moondog won't come anymore. Perhaps he is satisfied," they whispered. We cannot complain if just a tiny bit of the moon is missing. Perhaps our beloved moon will grow again and be full. But at midnight, the moondog came again. He bared his sharp teeth and hungrily began to eat the moon. To the horror of the forest creatures, he returned each night for a week. As the moondog grew fatter and fatter, the moon became thinner and thinner. After 7 nights, the creatures of the rainforest were too frightened to sleep. They sat silent, blinking in the unfamiliar sunlight, red-eyed and sad, not knowing what to do. Papagayo came flying along just then, singing and clucking to himself. He was surprised to find all the night creatures wide awake. "Croak! Good morning, my bleary-eyed friends," Papagayo laughed. "Isn't it past your bedtime?" "It's not funny, Papagayo," they said, pouting. "It's terrible. Each night this week, a moondog has eaten a bit of our beloved moon. There is only the thinnest sliver left. Tonight he is sure to swallow the last of it. And night will be nothing more than everlasting darkness." "Disgusting," spat Papagayo. "Why don't you stop him?" "Because we're afraid," the night creatures answered in chorus. "There's nothing we can do." "Nothing? Nothing? There's always something one can do. I'll stay up with you tonight, my friends, and we shall see what is to be done." That night, Papagayo kept a vigil with the night creatures. It was very dark because the moon was now just a slender crescent. But Papagayo tried hard to stay awake. He was just about to doze off when he heard the creatures whimpering. The moondog had returned, and he was bigger and fatter than ever. He greedily licked the last sweet bit of the moon. Bye-bye. "Oh, what shall we do?" the night creatures moaned. "He is eating the last of it. What shall we do?" Papagayo jumped up. "Make noise!" he shouted. "You must make noise!" The parrot flew up to a high branch and began to screech. "Croak! Croak! Cow! Cow! Gotta make noise, guys! Can you make noise?" At Papagayo's call, the night creatures began to stir. At first, they were timid, but gradually they began to yell and shout. Their sounds grew louder and louder until the jungle echoed with their cries. They howled and hissed and croaked. They cracked sticks and shook bushes and beat a rhythm that every night creature joined in chanting. "Cha-cha, cha-cha, 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 cha-cha," Papagayo shouted. "Cow, cow, cow!" Okay, guys. The moondog was frightened by all the noise. He jumped off the moon and ran through the sky. He fled along the pathway of the stars and disappeared into the darkness of the great ruined sea. "We did it," shouted the night creatures. "We scared away the moon-eater. How brave we are. Now our beloved moon can grow again to fullness." Papagayo cocked his head and clucked. Now that the moondog has tasted the sweetness of the moon, he is sure to sneak back when he comes again. Remember what you must do. But the night creatures, proud of their great victory and tired of all the excitement, were already curling up for a good day's sleep. The sun began to color the sky. Papagayo ruffled his feathers and spread his wings. He opened his yellow beak and greeted the morning with a loud and raucous "Croak, caw, 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 caw." Not a single creature complained. And that, my friends, was Papagayo, the mischief maker. Now, I do hope you have your moon feast ready. If not, pause my video and go get your moon feast. But we're going to talk about the phases of the moon, and we're going to eat a little moon snack. And I have my kids here to help me with this part. See, there's Charlotte.
Hi.
And somewhere around here is Hawthorne.
Hi!
And we
Hi.
are going
I'm a
to
parrot.
eat some moon snacks with you. Pick a moon snack, kids.
Cucumber.
And then we're going to talk about, well, what phase of the moon do we have here? This is the nibble. Like when the dog first came and started nibbling on the moon. And I would say, since it's almost all the way full, this is probably a waning gibbous. What do you think? Waning gibbous? What about you guys?
I made the big bite he took out of the moon.
Mm-hmm. So where do you think that is on our moon chart?
It's the waxing quarter.
Waxing quarter. Okay, Hawthorne, how about you?
Waxing crescent.
Nice. So, we have lots of options for moon snacks today. We're eating apples and cucumbers and carrot moons. We also made those moon cookies, which you can do this experiment with as well. And yeah, have fun. Go and make some noise. I will see you guys next week.
Oh.